And we have two more special guests here today. Mr. Ron Lifford, representing Errol Architects, and former County Council member, Mr. Sam Dean. I'd like to welcome to the podium Fire Chief of Prince George's County, Mr. Mark Bayshore.
Oh, it's like three people clapping. That's good though, it's all good. Welcome to the Shady Glen Station. This location and facility has been planned for well over 20 years. So Mr. County Executive, another 20 minutes, I think we can stand it. This is part of the county's public safety master plan for adequate public facilities. I'll talk about that here in just a second. Our plan is a very ambitious plan, the public safety master plan, the adequate public facilities, ultimately designed to drive improvements in our ability to provide service, specifically timely service to the citizens and the residents of this area. The Shady Glen Station will replace the Seat Pleasant Volunteer Fire Department station, which is located 1.2 miles to our west. That current station was built over 50 years ago and has been problematic to maintain for many years. The station, like many other stations built where there was no master planning, is located a mere 3/4 of a mile from the Capitol Heights Fire Station to its west, and only 1.9 miles from the Chapel Oak Station to its north. This new location provides more adequate separation between those stations, specifically 2 miles then to the Capitol Heights Station and 3 miles to the Chapel Oak Station, as well as it shortens the distance between the next stations. So it shortens the distance to the Ritchie Station to 2.3 miles, to the Kentland Station to 3.5 miles, and the Largo Station to 3.5 miles. So as you see that shifts the resources and provides better service to the rest of this community, which has had good service, but will have better service from the placement of this station. The new site will also house the Fire EMS Department's first standalone candidate physical ability test, which is CPAT facility. Once this is completed, we will no longer have to travel to other jurisdictions to find a certified location. All of our new employees and the volunteers that participate in that currently have to go to Anne Arundel County or some other certified site to get certified in CPAT. So having that facility on this site will allow us to work with our OHRM partners to make sure that we're getting the right people that are physically fit and able to do the job. I want to thank this community that has waited so long, so many years. Mr. Edwards, Mr. Dawkins, your patience has been Herculean. I cannot thank you enough for the patience. I know, I've been to your meetings, I know how long and how hard it's been. We still have a road to go, and we still have things we need to solve. We'll solve them one day at a time as this moves forward. Before I close my comments, I want to orient you just a hair to the site. Where we're standing is kind of at the edge of where a driveway will be. The fire trucks will actually exit onto Shady Glen Drive. The personal vehicles will enter from a driveway that'll be behind me off of Walker Mill Drive and come into the back of the fire station. We've worked with the shopping center developer back there to have an agreement on that entrance. We're still working through those mechanics, but we're at the point where we're fully funded with this project and we're ready to go. So I want to thank again the community. I want to thank the voters who voted in the bonds to allow us to build these facilities. I want to thank County Executive Baker and the County Council for approving the funding to move this project forward. This is a $10.2 million project that will fill a gap in our ability to provide adequate, timely service. So I thank everybody for allowing us to fill that gap. This will ultimately become an important part of the public safety fabric for Prince George's County. My mouth's cold, so I'm trying to work through this. We look forward to construction this spring, and I'm ready to dig, so let's get going.
Thank you, Chief Bayshore. How about another round of applause for Chief Bayshore for all he's done?
No, Alan, I think you started off right. We should. Let's give the chief another round of applause, please. Because really, it is his vision when we came in to actually build these fire stations throughout Prince George's County. And he has led that effort over almost 6 years that we've been in office. There are some other folks I'd like to thank who are out here too. Certainly another round of applause for Mark McGaw, our Deputy Public Safety, who many of you know was the Chief of Police, and then he did such a great job we gave him more responsibility and more problems. I certainly want to thank Stephanie Maxwell. Stephanie Maxwell, can we give her a round of applause? You know, Stephanie comes to these events and people see her and they're like, okay, well, you know, why is the personnel person there? Because people have to occupy this. We have to actually get them, you know, certified and trained and through here. But if she doesn't fight for the money so that we can have that happen, we don't have men and women who will be able to deliver this service. I also want to thank Tom Himmler, our budget director, who has fought hard to put it in there. Can we give him a round of applause? The council knows this right now, that without the money, we can't have this happen. And finally, if Councilmember Sam Dean can stand up, and let's give him a real round of applause. You know, what I've learned over the last 5.5 years or year as I've been county executive is you can start a lot of things. They don't always finish on your watch. And then you come to a ribbon cutting and then you see all the people who are now cutting your ribbon. And it's great sometimes, you know, Wayne Curry used to say, it's great sometimes to acknowledge the people whose shoulders you're standing on. And we are certainly standing on his shoulders. And if Derek Leon Davis was here today, he'd say the same thing. Give him another round of applause. And finally, the community, give yourselves a round of applause. I mean it does not happen without you pushing. It doesn't happen without you pushing and coming and voting for the bonds, but making sure we put it into the budget. And we gave him a round of applause. Give another one to our sheriff, please, partner. Let me end with this before we dig some dirt. Yeah, the other thing I've learned in these 5.5 years that I've been county executive is how important timeliness is. How important the fire EMS are to folks who need it. When you're waiting on that ambulance or the fire truck, those minutes, seconds are very, very long. And you just want them to come right away. And to have it even just an inch closer, you know, is special. I know that, and I know that personally. So when we have these groundbreakings, it's not simply a building. It's not simply men and women who are going to occupy this. These are people, men and women, who are going to save lives, who are going to get to you quicker, who are going to have the ability to relieve some of that stress you go through when you're waiting to make sure whether your materials at your house are going to be there, or more importantly, your loved ones. So we take this very serious, and I know you do, and that's why it's a great day in Prince George's County. God bless you.
Hands on the shovel, faces up towards me, please. On 3, we're going to hold for a bunch here. 1, 2, and 3. Lovely. And one more time, please. 1, 2, and 3. All right, let's turn some dirt, guys. All right. We're going to hold. We're going to take some dirt. Everyone's going to look up at me. Hold the shovels up for me. Everyone looking up, and we're going on 3 here. 1, 2, and 3. It's a little aggressive. That's okay.
He's architect.
All right. Now we're gonna throw some dirt now, guys. On 3. 1, 2, and 3. Awesome, guys.